Hello and welcome to another edition of the Pinfold Model Railway Shed. We've gone a bit upmarket now. Last week I went to the Basildon Model Railway Show. A little bit of a trek, but the man from Mega Points was there. This chap here. Mega Points Controllers. Awesome layout control system. I went and had a chat to him. Told him what I've got and what I need to do, and he sold me what's in front of you, all but this one. I bought this one from him. So what we have here is on the left, from left to right, so we have a Mega Points DCC adapter. So this is the item which connects to the DCC track. Next to it is a Mega Points servo controller. This connects to all these servos here. At the minute I only have 8 because this is how many relays I've got. Then we have a Mega Points frog and relay driver. Now this then connects to each one of these things, these relay boards here. Now these relay boards, I did buy this one from him, but I found this one on eBay exactly the same for £2.50. So you can buy these from anywhere. He doesn't make these. These are all handmade. I bought the servos from eBay, £12.50 for 10. The channeling was bought from B&Q, and I also bought some piano wire from last week, which is this stuff here, which is, as you see, very springy. And with that and this, another day I'll show you how I'm going to link up to the points like this, obviously Pico points. Now I was amazed at how easy actually this all was. This system here, this Mega Points servo controller, can be used in many different ways. For more information I suggest you go to the Mega Points website, where there's some amazing videos of what you can do. I've decided I don't really want a control board with little buttons or switches. I want to do it all from my signa track. That was one of the reasons I wanted the ECOS, because basically I found that format, having a little map of your layout on the DCC controller and then you just pushing which one, absolutely brilliant. But I can't afford it, can't afford a DCC controller that's £630 when I looked the other day. The signa track only cost me, just over 200, and it's a brilliant system. I really like it, and it has proved itself with this, and I will show you how it works all on the bench in a moment. Now all I did to set it up, it looks like there's millions of cables here, so I'll explain what all these cables are. This one is going to my track. Okay, so this is DCC power coming from my controller, from the DCC bus underneath. These are the link cables or networking cables, and it's on SDA here on black, and it's on SDA there on black. These cables here are for all the servos, and as you can see you can power up to 12 from this one Mega Points controller. Next to it is obviously the Mega Points frog and relay controller, so you send another one from this network point here into the Mega Points controller. And again you can see here there is DC, regulated DC 12 volt power supply, and for that I've bought what he recommended, which is this Fusion power supply PSO101. This is 8 amps, 12 volt regulated. That means it's a very clean format of power, and it's happy for these circuit boards, and they're not cheap. You know, the circuit boards, this whole lot cost me about £130 thereabouts, and that will power up to 12 points on my thing. If I want to power another 12, I have two options. I can either buy a multi-panel and another one of these and another one of them, and again, you know, enough of them to do 12 points, and I don't have to buy that. That is then called gateway mode, and using it for a multi-panel, I can then power 192 accessories through that. But this is only, I can't remember, 40 quid for this. A Mega Points multi-panel is like, I think it's like £80. So I'm not sure yet which way I'm going with that, because I may as well, you can just buy another Mega Points DCC and have many of them powering 12 sets of points. You know, so it's options. The other options is you can put here all different switches on here, and you can make it switchable. So then all I have to do is unplug this cable and it goes back to just analog DC. I can make a little board with lots of little switches and just flick it, and the rest stays the same. So it has many options, and as again, I really recommend you check out the Mega Points YouTube channels and the website, because they are really good. And the guy that sold them to me is also the guy on the video, and he really knows his stuff. I might say he probably knows his stuff a little bit too much, which made it a bit hard to understand, but watching his videos, I brought the laptop into the shed, and I have been able to watch his videos, and I very quickly, in under 10 minutes, I had it all working. As you see here, I have screwed it all to a little piece of timber. The idea with that is I can just slip it under there, under the worktop, and you know, screw it on, and it all start working. So I just think it's a neat way of doing it. If you need to extend it, any of these cables, you can use a telephone cable, which is what I'm going to do, as I have the slight problem that one point is going here and the other point's going right over the other side at the moment. It's just the way it is, and that is one of the only problems and downsides to this, is that if you've got points all over the place, you know, you're going to have to extend a lot of these cables, but it's not really a problem. So I've waffled on a little bit, and as I say, these are the DC here and DC there. These don't need any power supply. It's taken from the Mega Points controller, relay controller. So how did I set it all up? Well, I watched the videos. We connected all these cables up like it said. You know, there was enough cable supplied to do it. And all you basically do is, with this disconnected initially, this one here, you press and hold this button, like so, and then while that light is on, I tap into my controller, accessory 100, enter, and it should have learnt that, basically that number. So then it'll do 1 accessory 102, and there you are, it's changing. As simple as that. Very, very simple, no trouble at all. If you'd want to change the accessory, you put in, say, 200, enter. And there you go. And you can see that this has now learnt the new number because it's now flashing, and that's all you have to do, and it's all working. And basically, because I entered on the accessory, on my accessory panel on my DCC controller, and I'll show you that in a minute, it's learnt the number up to 12. So that'll be 100, that'll be 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106 and 107, and it does it automatically. And as you can see, these relays have different lights on telling you they're active. So as you see, each relay has 3 positions. So effectively, them 3 positions are for your frog polarity. I haven't worked out what screw does what, but I understand the format. So you have 2, which is your power supply, so your plus and your minus if you like, and then the one in the middle will be for the frog, so it will just switch over from left to right as your servo changes, and effectively that's your frog polarity switching. Really good little system. And so now I've showed you that, so it's a bit hard to show you both things because unfortunately I haven't got both things close together. But if we move the camera around, well actually I'll take it off here and I'll see if I can film it like so. So on here you can see, or you should be able to see, my accessory part. So obviously for the handset drive it looks like that. It's got the Flying Scotsman there, and through my controller you can see the train moving like so. So even if that train, this will still control the train when I push accessory control. And there we are. We have several options. You can type in 100, and then you have, and we enter that, and then you have your reverse or your normal. Reverse and normal. And if I show you what effect that's having on that relay, on that servo there we go. Reverse and normal, reverse, and then if you look at this relay board, that one there, you will see when I push it off and on, see the red light coming on to indicate that it's on and off. And basically I have 2 options on this. I can either type in accessory, the number of each one, or I can go next. So if I push next, and instantly that's the next servo. So number 2, and basically I can do that all the way along. So we can go next. It's as easy as that. And as I say, to set it up, all I did was accessory with that DCC board flashing, go 100, enter, and it programmed itself. There was no setting up. I didn't have to go to decoder setup or anything like that. All I had to do was that. And as you can see, it's all working. And you know, obviously it's just a push of a button, so it's so easy. I mean, what I could do is I could make a little diagram of all the points relays, and instead of having switches I can just write their number, so 101, 102, and I'll just look at it and tap it. It takes literally seconds. But if I don't like this system and I'm finding it too much, all I have to do, I can go and get switches and make my own panel, or you can buy a multi-panel starter set and literally it comes with all the things you need to set up your own basic diagram. I hope this has answered a few questions. This is quite exciting for me because I can now connect point there, and then take it across to over there, and finally I'll be able to run my trains in a circuit instead of just shuffling them backwards and forwards, and then we can keep going. I've got enough equipment here to do basically 10 points. If I want another 2, I've only got to buy another set of servos. As I say, they're only £12.50 on eBay. I will show you when I've set it up under the board. I just wanted to set it up here to make sure it was all working absolutely fine. I'm really pleased with it, and I hope you've enjoyed this 15-minute video. If there's any questions, and I'll try and answer them. If not, please do look at the Megapoints controller website like I did. I'm very impressed with how flexible it is, and I'm looking forward to doing more work with this. I'm not an electrician buff. Electronics have always puzzled me. I've simply followed what it says on the YouTube videos. I haven't even bothered to read yet the instructions, but basically using these buttons here you can adjust the throw of the servos, you know, how far they go one way, and also it can also do bounce for signals. You know, the old arm signals, sorry I've forgotten the name of them. It will make them bounce, these relays, as they come down. It will bounce like you know, a signal really would when it was, the arm was moved. So it's good for that. Obviously the relays can be used for many things, switching on LEDs. You can use these relays without the servos, or you can use the servos without the relays. You know, it's endless what you could possibly do. You could use servos for lifting up level crossing barriers. You could use these relays for switching on lights, street lights, all different things, anything you can think of. So as I say, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and chat to you again soon. Bye bye.